From your standpoint, is the mobile market where most of the excitement lies?
Inherently yes and no. I mean, quite candidly, there's more hype around the mobile side, but there's more need in the wireline side, or in some of the IP and the broadband side. So if you can imagine, take some of the hype that you're seeing around the whole iPhone experience and apply it to a wireline market, right? There's huge upside there. So we're getting just as demand on both sides, even though I would say, the number of engagements with wireless operators is probably higher than the wireline today. But the need is greater on the wireline side.
That's very interesting. Okay, that's good. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new wireline applications.
Yeah, no, I think that you will, and I think that our approach since if you can imagine, there's not a lot of investment going on, not as much investment going on the wireline side, right, as there is in the mobile side, because the growth and the growth of revenues can substantiate a lot riskier, a lot more investment. So the wireline operators have to be a lot more careful. So that kind of drives them back to potentially our value proposition, which says, let's take exactly what you have and optimize it.
Sure.
Why not create a iStore kind of environment on your existing services, where you expose your existing services to a whole host of Web 2.0 developers to go do really cool things with, that you can then come back and offer to your customers.
Makes
so
tremendous sense.
I think the phenomena will happen. It just takes leadership by the operators to see that, and most of the I would say most of the issues that they face are not technical issues; they're cultural issues.
Right.
The aspect of opening up their network. What is my role in that new model? Am I just a pipe? How do I leverage? How do I prevent myself from just being a pipe? So there's a lot of issues yet to be solved, but I think the direction is set. It's just a matter of how it's going to come out.
So you've got an interesting perspective, because you work with service providers worldwide, and you work with service providers of various sizes, and obviously wireless, wireline. So in this economic environment, what are some of the things that you've learned that make the most sense for service providers to be looking for?
Well, as I touched on before, I think with the economic kind of climate the way it is, people are trying to figure out how to do more with what they have. They're going to become more risk averse, more conservative. That's going to lend itself to have them depend on their incumbent suppliers more, and that doesn't necessarily bode itself well for startups, because as they get more conservative, they get more careful, they get more, they don't want to make a mistake with their scarce dollars. They're going to look to their incumbent suppliers. And so the reuse of equipment, incumbent suppliers, all of those types of things are going to be, I think, the norm for the next next several years, until the overall environment turns around. The exceptions to that is when you've got new emerging hyper-competitive markets, right? It was just not too long ago in Vietnam, right? Vietnam, mobile markets got, just phenomenal growth, right? So therefore, you've got people rapidly investing in innovative new services. You got 5 operators. You've got a lot of innovative things being rolled out. Those kind of pockets are still, exist around the world, and that's always the exception. But versus the more, I would say, westernized, more mature market.